Hello. Gotta keep your lips moist. What's going on out there? What's up, Mark? Tim? Nico? Thanks, man. Angelo? I really should I should have made myself a drink. Yeah, I'm out in the barn. You can see all my tools back there. Yeah, let me go get a drink. I'll be right back. How's everyone doing? What's up, Paul? Bubby boo. How is everybody? What's up, Waylon? How's it going, dude? I got some pretty sick shit right now. A nice, delicious Diet Coke. Somebody sent me this. This is the Arona Burn. Has anyone ever tried this thing? I always kind of wanted one. It's kind of like futuristic looking. It has this really weird it's like an inset liner, but the lock bar is exposed. Screen's kind of fucking me up. See right there? See that? You push it over with the liner lock. It's kind of cool. Really smooth. Good front flipper. Pretty good reverse flick as well. It's pretty big. I wish it was full titanium. I don't really like this is like not the good carbon fiber. It's kind of like the cheapy stuff. At least it feels like it is. Maybe not. Feels a little plasticky. But it's cool. This is 35 of 50 KNP edition. The Knife Nuts podcast, I'm guessing, is what that is. Yeah, I've always digged this lock side. I think it looks neat. It's futuristic. And then I also have a Holt. I have a Holt haptic here. This thing is really nice. Sheep's foot. Look at that. Really smooth. Super cool milling too. This green screen is not very good for showing knives off, I'm realizing. But oh wait, I mean being in this barn is not really good for showing knives. Yeah, I mean it's they're both flippers. They're both very, very smooth, but the Rask is smoother. And actually, I have tried the Morpheus before this one, and for some reason the Morpheus was smoother, was glassier. So there's one of two things going on. Here, hold on a second. I'm gonna go out of the barn for a second. There's one of two things happening. There's 3 blade finishes you can get on a Holt. You can get full mirror. I think they call it a near mirror. You can get a mirror stonewash, or you can get a full stonewash. This is the full stonewash. So it's not reflective at all. I mean, it looks real nice, but it's not reflective at all. Now, the Morpheus I handled was a mirror stonewash blade. So I'm wondering, and that one was glassier. So I'm wondering if possibly down in the pivot where the bearings are rolling on is also that mirror polished. Maybe that's why it's smoother. I don't know. Either that or maybe this one needs lube. It's not mine, so I'm not taking it apart. Maybe it needs lube. Who knows? For whatever reason, the Morpheus with the mirror bevels was smoother, glassier. I mean, you could tell. You could tell that compared to that. This, you don't even need to rotate. It goes. This one, you let go, and then it goes. See what I mean? From Rob's Nerdy Knives, no. I like the Rask better. Even if this was as smooth as the Rask, I still like the Rask better, I think. It's ground thinner. The Rask is ground thinner. Behind the edge thickness on the Rask is so small. If you run your fingers down like this, it feels like it just disappears into literal nothingness, like a literal zero. It's crazy. It's not hollow. Now this is hollow ground, but much thicker behind the edge. Let's see. We got 18 thousandths on the Morpheus. On the Rask, we have it's hard to measure, it's so small. About 5 thousandths, 5 or 6 thousandths. It's wild. No, they're not prescription. Yours was flat? They have flat ground Holts? I thought they were all hollows. Interesting. Maybe that's an older version. Maybe they only do hollows now. But here, let me show you. It's pretty interesting, the different finishes you can get. You can order a Morpheus right now, and it'll take about 3 weeks to arrive to you. They make them to order. So let's go over here, available knives. So we have a couple different milling patterns you can get. I'd probably get the feather. But if you look right here, this is the differences of the finish. This is something reflected in the blade, so you can kind of see, you know, that's full mirror, or they call it near mirror. And then what's the next one? Reflective stonewash, and then satin stonewash. This one's pretty cool too. I mean, it's still pretty reflective, but there's that little bit of stonewashing. That's kind of neat. But the mirror was so beautiful, man. Really was very, very pretty. So I don't know. If I was going to order one, I'm not sure. You know, obviously this is going to attract a lot more fingerprints. At least they're going to be a lot more visible on this one. But man, is it pretty. Just so pretty. I'm not sure. So you can select that. You can also select logo engraving, and I'm not even sure what that is. I'm not sure where the logo would go. And then you can choose Vanix or M390. It looks like right now you can only get a satin stonewash. in either blade steel. If you select near mirror, it says out of stock. I'm not sure why. Maybe they have a bunch of blades in the satin stonewash that they want to get rid of. Maybe, who knows. But if you want one in satin stonewash, you can order one right now for $875. Well, $975 if you want Van X, $875 if you want M390. So, anyways. You have a plain Jane Morpheus? Nice. Like no milling on the handle, do you mean? Or do you mean like the satin stonewash plain blade? I've never seen a Holt with no milling, but that doesn't mean they don't exist. I'm going to go into the living room real quick here. I also have more stuff to show you, but I can't yet. I'm not going to spoil the surprises. But yeah, I been carrying the crap out of the Lamia. I'm starting to say it correctly now. Lamia. And I still don't like the finish. Someone left a comment saying if you just let it wear, eventually the kind of like chalky feeling will go away. So I'll just keep using it and putting scratches on it. I thought about maybe sending it off to try to get it just back to raw titanium, but I don't think I will. Got your first TRM. Nice, man. What don't you like about the thumb studs? I thought they were doing new thumb studs. Which ones did it came on yours? Yeah, I could tumble them. I thought about that too. I might actually still do that. I have a rock tumbler. Go play the piano? Okay. Wait, hold on. Where is my piano? What? I don't know where I put it. Damn it. I was gonna play the blowy. Yeah. Oh wait. No. I was gonna play the blowy. Yeah, no. Did you put the little O-rings on them? Because that will make them much more comfortable. Floki does sing pretty well. He's got a good voice. Wait a minute. I just remember where it was. There you go. Croc charms. Actually, I do have a few croc charms on my crocs. But yeah, if you put the O-rings on your TRM, that it gives you a little more grip. Some people hate them. Some people think they look like shit. I actually don't they don't bother me. Some people are like, "Oh, you're ruining that awesome knife by putting that gross O-ring on the thumb stud." Doesn't bother me. I mean, it's white, so it's kind of not very noticeable. Maybe if I had like a red one, that would look pretty bad. But I thought they were starting to use new thumb studs. Am I wrong? Maybe it was only on, new models. Who knows? Thanks, man. Yeah, that was cool. That was cool, man. Yeah, it was really, really cutting pretty well. It's thin, but it's machined very thin. 100 thousandths blade stock, and about 7 thousandths behind the edge. Very cool. Very, very cool. It's a performer. Might not be the best D10 ever. Might not be the best flick, but it's a performer. It's unbelievably comfortable. It is real smooth, and it's got a fine D10. It's just not like, whoa. At least mine. At least mine. In my experience, no, they don't. They touch. Where am I? They do touch. It like touches the scale. The O-ring does. But it seems to still close just fine. I have one. I just have one on the show side. I don't have an O-ring on the lock side. I can still reverse flick it just fine without it. I think you're probably right. What's a standard? How much does a standard Neutron cost? I mean, the lizard. Obviously, this is the best one with the lizard skin, but what's just a regular one? $210. $210 for a G10 one. What, you get lizard skin micarta? What? That's interesting. Carbon fiber for $245. Contoured G10 for $230, or $210 for flat G10. Yeah, man. I mean, a USA made knife. $210, extreme performance, extremely good slicer. Really, really good ergos. Very, very smooth washer knife. Yeah. TRM's the shit. I did not really like the Bulldog that much. It was fine. I just don't really like crossbar locks, and it was so similar to the Neutron 2. It was basically the Neutron 2, but with crossbar lock. So for me, I was like, yeah, I already have a Neutron 2. Why do I need the Bulldog? It has a more sloppy opening and much thicker blade stock. It doesn't have the thin stuff. So it just wasn't for me. Lizard Skin was $375. Okay, yeah, I think that's right. That sounds right. Which, I mean, is still, I think, a great price for a USA made knife with some really sick textured titanium. That's a great price. It's an excellent price. Really? DNK? Let's go take a looky-loo. They have a Bulldog in smooth titanium. There's a Neutron 2 in lizard skin tie. In stock, $365. Shit, dude. Somebody buy this. This is the best texture on titanium you can buy. Period. Or you can sizzle it for $91 a month, or however they do that, every 2 weeks, however you do it. Got some Bulldogs, some nerds, titanium nerd, blue titanium lizard skin. I've never seen this before. Obviously, I like it plain much better, but if you like blue, they got one. Cool. No shadows. You're not going to find a shadow very easily. In fact, if you have a shadow, hold on to it because they're not going to make them anymore, apparently. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks, man. Yeah. It's pretty nice. Shadow 2.0 Shadow. I don't know. Are they? That would be kind of cool. Megaron Arma XL. No, I have not. Thanks, man. Yeah, they're not. I don't think they're going to be regular, but I'm going to try to do them more often. The Arma XL. Okay, yeah. Looks pretty interesting, I guess. I already know I'm not going to like the size. 4-inch blade. Yeah, a little too big for me, but looks like it's a thick boy. Oh, that's massive. Look at that thing. Yeah, a little too big for me. It's monstrous. It certainly looks monstrous. Fairly certainly redesigning the shadow. I'd be into that. I mean, let's see. What could they make better? What if they made it? What if they took away the crossbar lock and made it like a liner frame lock? How cool would that be? I would love that. The shadow's incredible. I'm still not a big fan of crossbar locks. You know, they're just not snappy, man. Like, it's okay. The shadow is so good. Like, imagine this, but just like it pops like a. What's a really good D10 on a thumb stud knife? Like the 9, the Quiet Carrying 9. How you just barely pop that thumb stud and just boop. That'd be awesome. Because the shadow is an incredible design. Swap skills. I mean, you can take it apart. It's not as easy as the Neutron, but yeah. Limp dick crossbar locks, yeah. Yeah, they suck, man. And you can't even really argue that it has benefits for being a finger safe knife, because now we have so many other locking mechanisms that are finger safe that are just way better. The shark lock's way better. That's a finger safe mechanism. There's a couple button locks that are really good, finger safe. What else? Especially like button actuated lantern locks. Those are really good. Compression locks. There's a pretty good amount of them. Crossbar locks, I feel like, are old school. Something in the back spring. Does it have a stop pin in there? Or is it traditional style? I think it has a stop pin, huh? Yeah, not much you could do about that. You could take it apart and grind away some of the backspacer. That's probably what I would do. Give it some more room. Slip 4 with skull and crossbone drops in 2 minutes. Ooh. Let's go look. Probably not up yet. Still got the slip 7s up. We'll refresh it in a minute and see what comes up here. Surprised those slip 7s are still there. If I didn't have a slip 7, I'd buy that and dye the scales black or something. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, the slip 4 is awesome, guys. I have a plain one. The walk and talk is insanely good. It's not. It's right up there with the slip 7. It's not quite as. Actually, I don't know. It might be just as good. It's really, really good. It's a small knife, really small, but the walk and talk is snappy, strong, snappy, and poppy. It's such a good, like, just slip it in your pocket, forget about a knife. It's that small. Very useful blade shape. And it says Serge on the clip. Yeah, I would go for it if you've been thinking about it. The Demko Nano. I don't know about those. What's the deal with those? Are they an exclusive for like Knife Center or something, right? Is it DLT? Maybe it wasn't an exclusive. I don't know. I want to check one out. I don't know what the thickness is, like the blade stock and the shark lock thickness, if it's the same as like the Cub or if it's as thick as the 20.5 or what the deal is. You can't tell just looking at it. What's the blade length again? 2 inches, a little over 2 inches. Yeah, that's tiny. I don't know, I think it'd be kind of cool. Kind of cool to own one, you know? I'd like to try one though. What do you guys think? Like a nano. The Cub. The Cub's great. Yeah, the Cub's great. Very slicey. Probably the sliciest Demko. I did. I'm not going to show it though. You have to wait for the video. Thanks. Yeah, I moved. And got a piano. Did you put double on yours? Yeah. I've been thinking about that too. Ah, fuck it. I'll bring it out. You guys will still watch the video, right? Got me a Norseman. Here, let me turn out. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna leave my living room, go back into the bedroom. So I can show this better. It's a user. So I got this for $500. Mainly, I mean, he said it was a user. I don't see any marks at all anywhere. It looks perfect. He said the anodization has faded a little bit, like this purple inside the octagons, whatever shape that is, has faded a little bit, and I can see that. But there's no wear on it. I really don't see any wear on it. Yeah, I really don't. This thing's rad. I can't wait to carry this and see what it's like carrying this kind of blade shape, you know? See what kind of shenanigans I can get into. What kind of thumb studs did you put on yours? And yeah, it's really thin. For how big it is, it's very thin. It's a big knife. It's a really big knife. There's with the Rask. Probably the biggest knife that I carry, that I will be carrying. Is it bigger than my 80-20? Actually, it's about the same. Norseman videos on Friday. Yeah, I'm really stoked to finally have one. Grimsmo sells them. Okay, cool. I think it'd be nice to be able to do a little reverse flick on this baby. You know? Wish they went the better steel. Let me tell you something. I feel like that's a common complaint for people. Like these high-end knives that they aren't using, like S90V or something. But let me tell you something here, little guy. This RWL34 on my Rask holds an edge just as good as any of my other knives. Because it's ground so well and so thin. And this is heat treated so to perfection, absolute perfection. it performs just as good as all my other knives. Really does. I can't notice. I don't notice it losing an edge faster than any of my other knives. S90V, 15V, all of them. It holds an edge just as well. So that's my opinion. It is an ugly knife. Even I'll admit that. It's ugly. I know. But it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's just cool. Hug House uses it too. Yeah, a lot of those high-end makers use it. I'm not sure the reason exactly. Yeah, what is there more to say about it? It's just cool. The blade is so tightly in between those two scales, it's wild. Like, it's just so... There's barely any space on either side. What number is yours, Merceau? And what number are they at right now? I know they're like... I'm trying to see how old this one is. Or I'm trying to judge how old it is. It's 2,867. What are they up to right now? They got to be past 3,000. I know that. I'm pretty sure they are. Norseman inventory. Oh, fuck. Yeah, they're up to like 7,900. So this is a pretty old one. In the, as far as Norsemans go, this is a pretty old one. Wow, they're up to 7,978. That's crazy. It's not going to get to 10,000 because he said they're discontinuing the Norseman. And they're making a mini Norseman. After the Fiel, they're doing a mini Norseman, which I think would be pretty sweet. I mean, I'm going to carry and use this, but I would like it if it was a little smaller. You know, this is pretty big. A little big for me. But of the two, between the Rask and Norseman, I prefer the Rask. So now I have the Grimsmo collection. I got the Saga, Norseman, and the Rask. I just need the Fiel now, which won't happen anytime soon because I'm broke. But I really want one. It's cool as shit. You guys should watch the video he put out on the Fiel. It's got some pretty sweet features. It has a detachable pocket clip. He like came up with this whole mechanism, like how it could slide in and like snap in place while not having any side to side wiggle or anything. Because he's a genius. He's smart. He's really smart. Not that you would ever really want to take the clip off. It's more that it's an integral button lock. And it was easier to do that than try to make it like somehow have a screw coming from the inside to attach it. You know. Let me go look. Let me go look at their thumb studs. Should I get a new color? Different color? I'd probably stick with the purple. Boom stud set. 35 bucks ain't bad. Should I go purple? Probably. It would look weird if I had a different color on here, probably. Bronze, blue, purple. Probably either raw or purple. I'd probably just stick with purple. I wonder why they did a single stud. There's definitely room for one, obviously. I wonder. Yeah, the Grimsmo YouTube channel is awesome. Just being able to see like all the time and insane intricacy that's put into these knives, it makes you really want one. That's not very common that you can see a maker's like step-by-step process on how they make something like this. I can't think of any other knife maker that puts out videos that in that much detail. It's really cool. Oh, really? Huh. So they stopped doing the single. Interesting. You could just go buy a Norseman right now if you want. They're up on there. They have an inventory. This one's really sick. Yep, double stud. I wonder what number at what number they started doing that. The other cool thing is you can go back and look at every single Norseman there ever was. Like we can go, can I filter this? Can I filter this? To see the first one? I don't think so. There's 145. Wait, can I go to page 145? But it looks like the oldest one they have on there is number 342. So then there might have been 342 like prototypes before, or maybe they just started taking pictures at 342. I don't know. But this is a very old Norseman right here. That's kind of a cool pattern. I haven't seen them do that one before, or at least anymore. Same with the Rasks. You can go back and look at all the Rasks ever. Let's see what the first Rasks look like. Number 275. Yeah, they used to not have sharpening choils. They used to not have sharpening choils. I'm so glad that they do now. I think that's the only difference that I could see, at least. It looks like... No, the flipper tab is still nice and rounded on the old ones. Yeah, pretty cool. And then the Fiel. Look at this thing. Integral button lock, sheep's foot. I signed up, but I'm not going to be able to buy one. Even if I do get the email, unfortunately. You should, man. Have you tried one? I hadn't tried one until Blade Show, and as soon as I watched the Grimsmo table was my first stop, and as soon as I flicked it, I knew it, that I was going to buy one. Tour of the Buck Factory. That's cool. Where is it now? I think I'm going to go to the library. Idaho. Okay. Never tried one. I think you'd be safe just ordering one without trying it. You know, if you really like how it looks, you're gonna like it. It's just there's nothing bad about it. So I would say you'd be safe to just go for it. I think there's Rasks up on the site available as well. Oh, maybe not. Nope, it's empty. There's no Rasks. Well, that's about it. We're going to wrap it up for the evening. We got a video coming tomorrow of one of my new purchases. A big one. A big one that I have not showed you guys yet. You're going to want to check it out. I'm in love with it. I think it's number 2 behind the Rosie, actually. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I love you. And I'll see you in the next one. Later.